Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining Archangel Alts, and we're here to do our next cryptocurrency coin update for you. Along with all of our other instant insights, we cover Market Watch in the news. Here, let me get this set up and then I'll start yapping. So, that we do a Market Watch market analysis where we'll go through and look at the current state of coins in general on the marketplace, on the exchange. And, sometimes if there's something critical going on in that particular coin's news, we'll cover that at the same time. And we do our live day trading, where you can walk with us hand in hand, step by step, as we're making decisions, talking things out loud. And then in our subscribers list, we go deeper into details for our paid subscribers, $99 a month, reoccurring, and that comes down to roughly $3 a day, where for the price of a cheap cup of fancy coffee, you can support yourself and a hardworking day trader by learning everything that there is to know about trading, except for the things that you don't need to know. Yeah. All right. So doing all these different things, we cover the news, market watch analysis, live day trading. We're going to be launching what I think are some very important aspects to things, perhaps the most critical right now, even as critical as day trading. Teaching the fundamentals about what it's going to take for mass adoption, and doing an analysis from a philosophical side of view and from a political side of view. So we'll have our crypto philosophy and crypto politico. Those two things are just very important. We've done years and years and years and years of research on these things, so we're not just coming out of left field saying, hey, this just happened, that must mean everything. We'll give you a lot of that. So what are we doing here? We're doing individual coin analysis, coins, tokens, coins. We're using them slightly interchangeably, understanding that the majority of projects that are out there are going to be mostly ERC20 tokens on the Ethereum exchange, using their protocol, because it's just, those are the quickest, easiest ways to get into the market. But this has been a fairly important one recently. We've been actually watching Red Pulse Phoenix for many months, and we're very happy to see it, is kind of having a rebound from the middle of November Bitcoin crash, hard fork that, along with, a little bit of news and a lot of bit of shill news, and, arguably, one of the toughest downturns in the market yet. That just all coincided to have quite an effect on volume and sell-off that we have not yet recovered from. But I think that recovery is not so much for Bitcoin about getting back to where it was, as it is that those assets that were keeping it where it was have now forked. That's how powerful those two communities in the Bitcoin Cash community are. Not at all taken seriously on the level that either of their hard fork groups would like to be taken seriously, but both of them probably some of the most aggressive and outspoken. So coming around to where we are now, we're looking at cryptocurrency spotlight, where we do a spotlight on an individual coin or token, and then for our paid subscribers we do like an even deeper dive to just go really in-depth in analysis, looking where it is on the market, etc. So everybody benefits from this. We do not hold back on the free stuff, but we go beyond what the average casual interested party would be looking for when we have our paid stuff. So I'm actually going to start on their website. This is Red Pulse Phoenix. It used to be RPX, now it is PHX. There is just a plain old Phoenix that is not the same thing. What you're looking for is PHX. Paul has xylophone. PHX. So, like the name would suggest, Red Pulse Phoenix. Actionable intelligence and insights on China markets when you need it. Red Pulse is a market intelligence platform covering China's economy and capital markets. We connect industry experts, practitioners, and professionals together to share their insights and analysis to a global audience. So isn't that interesting what they do for specifically China, we're doing right here. For coins in general, this time theirs. Oh, metaphor. Oh, irony. How neat you are. Research and insights, unlimited access to research notes on China companies, sectors, events, and macro economy. Timely, consistent, faster average of events impacting markets versus mainstream media. Okay, so they're talking about giving you things about China and their business sector that you may not get as quickly or as perhaps transparently from the government-controlled media outlets. Relevant, vetting market news and events while filtering out market rumors and propaganda. Well, we could use some more of that in the actual crypto space, couldn't we? Focused on covering events that impact stocks, funds, and overall market. So I think we're getting the idea. China Expert Network. Interact with our network of China market experts by requesting a range of custom research services through our Expert Network platform. We provide a streamlined process for connecting you with experts in China's various industries, allowing you to gain deeper insights, perhaps expert insights. Work through complex challenges and receive expert feedback. They really like using expert. Find an expert. Join our expert network. Okay, now I'm going to expert joke with you. So looking at their most recent insights, they recruited new employees. These guys develop Kotamba hydropower, ruling against China for grain subsidies. U.S. wins World Trade Organization ruling. I remember seeing this one. That was just at the top of the month. Wow, all that stuff just from 3-1. Lots of things. Tesla to borrow money from them. Okay, maybe we haven't learned some lessons on that whole topic. Anyway, so that is what Red Pulse Phoenix is about. That's who they are. And we can see they've Research and Insights, Expert Network, who we are, contact. These are not actually built out on their website. That's kind of interesting. So, thought this was interesting. Come here, and we're on CoinMarketCap. And thank you to our contributors. I will have the links so that you can get to them. On CoinMarketCap, this is where people to look at market capitalization, charts, trends, etc., etc. So, this information is always updated and available to you at any time. This tells you out of all the coins in the world, it's the 272nd, so not exactly bad. It has all these details. Circulating supply. Here's a look at the charts. This goes back to October of 2017, so it's in crypto world, it's practically ancient Chinese secret, huh? So I'm looking at the yellow. You can look at green if you're doing fiat. I'm looking at the value going up there. Where are we currently? 685, something like. Oh, I'm thinking of a different coin. So the 305 range, I believe, is where we want to be. I'm going to switch over to the market real quick and take a look. And happy to have just sold some more BCBT, literally minutes before doing this. So I believe that Phoenix was working on its next cycle. We're actually trying to sell some more, I believe. Probably not here. Nope, already sold ours here. Yeah, went back in on the browser, and then Bitcoin did a shift. So I'm going to have to wait a little bit for the next thing to come around, unfortunately. But let's see. Pardon me, boys. So it's currently at 281, and I'm waiting for it to clear 305. So if we look back over here on the 3.5, it was above that. And if you look over here on 3.6, it was above that. And, despite the downtrend, I'm watching all of these different things. And I think that it is still sitting incredibly low compared to where it could be. And even though this is all very recent and very optimistic with how it has been in the past, you can see it's been in the 250s. But I'm hopeful that it is not actually headed straight back down to the 250s and the 190s, all those terrible things that happened over the past while. So where are we looking here? This is 10. So this is where the trouble really hit. So we were in the 5s and then the 3s, and then it came down to 190. Then we had our first resurgence here at the start of the year. So you can see that it's had some healthy movement in there. So this is the most recent trend we're watching, very cautiously, of course. But if you look at where 305 is in perspective, just in the past several days, I don't think that it's a lot to expect for it to get around there. So, but if it doesn't do it right away, then we can look at previous trends and see that it had gone very low there. But when listing on Binance, we're still, well within the bottom half of where one could expect it to be. Really, the fact that it, was as high as it was over here, I really think that it was probably expecting to do activity in the 500s and 600s around here. So I think that's a fairly safe assumption. Face assumption. All right, so looking back at where it was, this was its start. Then you come all the way up here to, this is the classic spike and drop that we saw. So 20 times almost what it is averaged down here. And so we're looking at this very small little bump and trying to get well under that window. So hopefully it's not headed down too sharply. The volume is dropping a little bit, but it was staying with Bitcoin while Bitcoin was at 98 million. Red Pulse Phoenix PHX is a cryptocurrency token, operates on the Neo platform. Red Pulse Phoenix has a current supply of this with this. Red Pulse is at 0.011 and down 4% over the last 24 hours. More information can be found here. Red Pulse landing, meaning their landing page, which is what we looked at. So what I found interesting also on this page where it says, well, I know I saw it somewhere. Red Pulse RPX has swapped to Phoenix PHX. So a while back it used to be called RPX. Red Pulse Phoenix has swapped to Phoenix. Please see this article for more information. So I did. And here we are. Blog Red Pulse. So this is Red Pulse Phoenix's official blog where they talked about the changeover from this to this. Greetings from the Red Pulse team. As announced during the unveiling of Phoenix, we will be launching an upgraded infrastructure that is backed by a new token, PHX. We will be conducting a token swap in August with RPX holders being given 1 PHX for every 1 RPX. Is there really any more that needs to be said? Nah, not really. So that's that for now. All right. So that's what you want to know about Red Pulse Phoenix for the most part. I'll look at a little more on its activity over here because I do think that it is something to keep an eye on. PHX, Red Pulse Phoenix, kind of came up recently around the same time that Raven did. So the birds were at the top of the list. They were soaring high, so to speak. Archangel Alts also has wings. We'll give you wings. At least that's our goal. So, it did have a long period of coming down here. And I think that some of this is that it does sometimes swing with Neo. People will get extremely excited and then extremely anti certain things like EOS and Neo and different coins. Obviously, each of these, are pockets that we'll have to cover more in depth. So what I'm going to talk about with Red Pulse Phoenix more with our subscribers right now. I'm going to go a little bit deeper into the information that's on their website and the other analysis. But in later parts, not immediately, but over time, because I don't want to just throw so much out there that by the time you get to the next coin, you forget what the previous thing was that you learned. I like to kind of drip it out a little bit at a time. I have trouble not clicking on things. I apologize. Okay, I'm actually moving my hand away from the mouse. There we go. Now I will not distract myself while I'm saying important things to very important people. Over time in probably part 3 and 4 of these series, I want to go into some, probably forums like Reddit or things of that nature, and just kind of show what their community says and what other people are saying about the different coin projects to give you insight on some things that come from our fundamental analysis that will help you on the trading floor. So, hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you. I certainly have enjoyed sharing it with you. Please join our community. Subscribe on YouTube. Ring the bell so you get notices. Give us a thumbs up, comment. Please join us at Archangel Alts. Join our community. We are trying to be leaders in the crypto revolution, okay? This is not just rhetoric. This is an incredibly important time in history. There are not many things in global economics that are going to change with more oomph and importance than in the crypto sector. Fintech is going to be one of those words, but I'm telling you right now, and I'm starting to hear a little bit of the buzz from other people for the first time, decoupling is one of those catchphrases that's going to be just a buzzword before the end of the year. And I think that Bitcoin, if their project does get some good advisors beyond the technical development and protecting their own mass adoption and their own interest, Bitcoin needs to maintain a large part of the market share. Decoupling is actually something that can dilute and cripple the industry if the foolish are not cautious. So lots of different important things. I'm putting out there kind of a strange hashtag with a very clear purpose. And that purpose is to get the word out about the revolution. I don't, want to sound like a social activist in that nature, but when it comes to the importance that crypto adoption has on the impact of the global economy, this is one of those important things to step in. And, I've had this knowledge for a long time, and we've been just kind of quietly day trading, doing our thing, sometimes dealing with the frustration of wishing that others knew how to avoid certain pitfalls. Just so a little bit of a heart for humanity and the desire to make a living and bridge our own gap to where, we're holding out through the entire trading process until we can start taking from a very large growth. So we come from humble beginnings. But my hashtag, totally original thing, just starting it, in addition to other things that are important like hashtag mass adoption, we're doing the hashtag crypto louder megaphone. And what I'm saying is that people that are interested, people that follow us, need to get the word out on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, or just on YouTube. Don't care where it is, as long as the people are there that are interested in crypto. But we are going to be doing a lot of the heavy lifting to try to find ways to self-promote the channel and get people watching and listening and learning. The things that we talk about are accurate. They're not opinions for opinion's sake. We are not forcing upon anybody to have an extremely leftist or rightist or libertarian point of view, but just a basic understanding of the economics, and that there are certain aspects of capitalism that are undeniably important in a time like this. So forget whether you hate certain people for believing the things that they do. We all should be gathered together to try to make sure that crypto is healthy. That means liquidity. And that means supporting the projects that are out there unless they are truly, truly horrible. In which case, they will resolve themselves. I promise you. They will be resolved. So examples being XMRG and Bitcoin. So we're going to cover the coins that we see the market activity is interesting on, and we will, as the pitfalls come, we will try to help you avoid those. Hashtag crypto louder megaphone, all together like it's one weird, crazy word. Let's make this whole thing catch on. Archangel Alts here for you. Going to cover some more stuff and hopefully get in and out of some more successful trades. So for now, Archangel Alts out.